CEO, entrepreneur, and winner of Best Newcomer Consultancy of the Year 2024. Please put your hands together for Anmol Goel.
So, I want to do something slightly thought-provoking here, call it an experiment. I want you all to raise your hands for a second. Yes, you in the back too. Awesome. Now, I just want you to raise your hands just a little higher. Perfect. Now, I want you to ask yourself this. When I asked the first time, why didn't you give it your 100%? You see, society often expects us to play it safe, to prioritize stability over ambition, and this seeps into our subconscious even before we know it, and starts affecting every single little day of our life. You see, that's how my start kind of was. I was born in Delhi and raised in this apartment that you can just see behind me in the red, living just 5 minutes away from the largest dump in my city. My parents often joke that that's where they'd gotten me from. It was me, my mum, my dad, my brother, and my nan in that one-bedroom apartment. It wasn't the most glorious of starts. But I saw my parents work tremendously hard, live separately day and night to get me the right start in life. And that's where it started, the desire to seek higher things. And just before I begin, I want you all to take a moment and to think about it. What does it mean for you to seek higher things? Does it mean to learn a new skill? Does it mean to be a better part in your community? Or does it just mean to improve yourself? Well, whatever it is, I would just like you to ponder it for a second. Now, today, I want to touch upon 3 key moments that have helped me in my journey, and are the reason I'm standing in front of you here today. And I can guarantee you this, any successful people who you might know have gone through these. And maybe even you are at one of these points in your life. So listen up, as there might be something you can take away from it. The first moment, being told you can't do it. You see, when you're wired differently, being told you can't only acts as a catalyst, which ignites that fire further inside of you. Picture this. I'm in year 9, spring is about to come, and my English teacher has just gone on maternity leave. I am so glad, no homework for the next 3 months. But boy, was I wrong. Here walks in this short, stern, evil woman that changed my life for I know. Lesson 1, she comes in and keeps me behind. Anmol, stay behind after the lesson. But miss, why? You were talking too much. To be fair to her, I was. But look, miss, I've done all the work. She wasn't having it. Fine, I said apologetically and moved on. Lesson 2. Even before I went into the classroom and got seated, she moved me into the corner of the room. I felt like she had some kind of vendetta against me. Fine, I said, I'll do all of my work and she'll let me sit with my friends again. So, bell rings, I do all of my work. Anmol, stay behind. But, miss, what did I do? You were talking again. But they asked for my help, and look at this, I've even started on next lesson's work. She looked at me with utter disgust. And again, apologetically, I walked away. Lesson number 3. This time I had the perfect plan. I'm not going to look at her, I'm not going to talk to anyone, keep my head down and do my work. Bell rings. Anmol, stay behind. I lost it. But I didn't even do anything, I didn't talk. Yeah, that's the issue, she said. I'm trying to teach a lesson and you're sitting there like a mute. I lost it. I ran out of the classroom. Later that day, she rang my parents. And you know, when you come from an immigrant family, a phone call from school is like a bomb dropping. My parents were so mad. My dad and mum pulled up a chair aside from the sofa and made me sit there. My dad, after saying some harsh words, left. My mum stepped closer and said, "Your school called, expressing concern, saying that your English teacher has mentioned if you carry on like this, you'll lead to be a nobody and you'll be a failure." me, with a tear running down my eyes, said to my mum, "I promise I didn't do anything wrong." She stepped a bit closer and said, "No son of mine is a failure. You show her." And that right there, it lit a fire in me. I had a point to prove. Lesson 4, 5, 6, she kept making those remarks, but I stayed head on. Exams were coming in a few weeks' time. And I promise you this, I've not worked this hard at age 24 that I did at age 14. 3, 4 a.m., it didn't matter. I stayed up and I worked my butt off. Eventually, exams came and went, and a few weeks later, results day. She was calling everyone up, one by one, to the front of the classroom and giving results. Josh, 32 out of 50. Kira, 31 out of 50, and so on and so forth. Eventually, my name came. Anmol, I walked towards her. 49 out of 50? You got the highest in the year. And that feeling right there of being utter gobsmacked, that feeling, that expression of being shocked that she could not believe that I've done it, that feeling right there is stuck with me like a drug. That feeling right there of someone counting you out and you proving them wrong. And I wanted to chase that feeling again and again and again. So what was the lesson in this? You see, you have to believe in yourself more than anyone else. There's a saying that all of the water in the ocean cannot sink the ship until and unless it gets inside it. And your inner conviction is so much more powerful than you know it. And they're afraid the day you find out. Now, this links in with the second unique moment. You know, often we'll do things and they will just not go to plan. You can give it your all. You can do everything by the books and it still does not work out. March 2020. I'm wrapping up my first year at university. You see, first year for uni for most people is the year to party, to celebrate, to dance, to discover themselves, whatever. But for me, a little bit different. I knew if I wanted to make it, this was the time. You see, people like Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Mark Cuban, they'd all started their business empires in university. And that's where they'd met their business partners. And this is exactly what I needed to do. And during that time, I started tracking this little thing called Bitcoin. Well, tracking and investing for the last year and a half. And things started off great. My investment in this Bitcoin was doing well. And I said, my focus this year is going to be on 3 things: studies, gym, and building my business. During that time, my university also ran a program called the Study Abroad program. But the thing was, only 4 out of 400 people got selected for it out of my batch. And varsity competition was coming up. But like I said, things started off great. I had £500 to my name, which I put in this trading algorithm I'd built. It was almost like this micro-quant algorithmic trading fund. I know it's a bit of a mouthful, but at 19, I'd built that. So after 3 weeks, this fund was at £890, an increase of 80% in 3 weeks. Also, I was selected as one of the 4 people off the 400 to go to this study abroad trip. As well as that, I got selected to represent varsity at the age of 19, being the youngest competitor in the competition, representing my university. But we all know what happened in March and April of 2020. COVID came and it hit me like a truck. Email 1. Due to safety concerns, we are cancelling the powerlifting competition this year. Email number 2. Due to safety concerns, we're cancelling the study abroad program to Canada. And blow number 3. That account that was sitting at £890 with everything I had now gone down to 30. I had put all of my effort into learning every single ribbon, every single bar, every single chart. But no way in hell my little indicator could have predicted a market collapse of 40% in a week. Oh, and I forgot to mention, just a year before, my parents had separated, and I'd just broken up with my girlfriend because she thought I was moving away to Canada. My hope with my academics and my success in my little business was my only way, and that had now been gone too. I was lonely, I was broken, and I had nowhere to go. Later that day, I got in my mum's car while she wasn't there, not knowing whether I wanted to escape it or to end it. I was in a tunnel of despair. And as I started to back the car out of the driveway, a loud horn came from the back. I was stunned like a deer in headlights. It was almost like the universe saying to me, "Wake up." I couldn't go through with it. I turned the car off and went back up in my room. And I think the universe has a funny way of explaining things to you. During that time, there was a poster on my wall that read, "The bigger the dragon, the greater the tail. The bigger the dragon, the greater the tail." And the switch had been flicked again. No, not that easily. I'm not going to quit that easily. You see, often universe throws these hurdles in your ways to test you, not to break you, to see how strong you are. And as devastating as that was at the time, it forced me to confront my own resilience. And I think if I would have gotten that easy money from Bitcoin or made it to Canada, I don't think I would be standing here today. Because as they say, easy comes, easy goes. And that links in really, really well with the final moment. So a few years went by, I graduate, top of my class, I do an internship at JP Morgan, KPMG, and finally get a job at Marsh McLennan, the largest management and insurance firm in the world. But I knew if I wanted to make it big, 9 to 5 wasn't the way. Because after all, there's no such thing as 9 to 5 millionaire. So I'd work from 9 to 5, I would come back, and then from 6 p.m. till 3 p.m., 3 a.m. in the night, I worked on this side gig, a venture consulting business. For the next 18 months, I slept pretty much 4 hours a day, every single day, to make this work. And eventually I came at a crossroad where I was making the same amount at my 9 to 5 as I was on this side gig. But the challenge was if I wanted to scale it, I needed to go all in. I needed employees, I needed a location, an office, I needed software, servers. But at the same time, my tenancy in London had just ran out. And those of you who are from London or near it know, in order to get a new house, you need to pay 2 months' rent up front plus deposit. So I had a choice to make. Either I carry on this momentum from my side gig and go all in by hiring guys, or I decide to just get a new place. Because I didn't have money to do either. I didn't have money to do both. So I decided to spend the next 2 months sleeping on couches of my mates so I could scale my business. And where are things now? Well, I've now scaled 3 companies that are worth over 7 figures. I've built with others 46 different startups, 12 of which I sit on the board of, some of them being worth over 8 figures. Last year, I facilitated over 55 million in venture funding. I know it still seems unfathomable to me. I was on the New York Weekly 40 Under 40, being the youngest person at the age of 24 to do it. And I'm now going to be the youngest venture fund manager in the world at the age of 24, managing an 8-figure fund. So, what's that one message I want you to take away from this? I want to tell you, your start doesn't matter. I really, truly believe that if you can see it here, and you have the courage to speak it, it will happen. You see, if you don't boil an egg, it will never harden. If you don't bury the seed, the plant will never grow. The path to success isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about taking them and confronting them head on. And before I leave, I want to ask you this. What is your higher thing? And how are you going to go to it today? Thank you.